apparently Caleb asked to go home.
We didn't see that. Where was that footage?
Honestly.
I know. I feel like we need like deleted scenes.
Hey guys, it's Mimi. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. I am here today with Hunter and Megs, and we are going to be discussing and analyzing Provo's Most Eligible Season 2, Episode 5. Well, this episode, we got down to the final 2 guys on each team, which is so crazy. I feel like that went by so fast. Before we get started, if you are a fan of Provo's Most Eligible, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We do videos like this every single week, talking about the episode, and we would love to hear from you as well. We love chatting with you in the comments about your predictions and who you think is cute together. So don't forget to subscribe, and let's just jump right in. Okay, so Austin, we have not been totally on board with Austin, but I feel like this week I started warming up to him more than ever before.
Yeah.
Because he's finally on the right team, right? He's finally with the girl who he's been interested in. It seems like from the beginning.
He's just like, yes, I'm in for this. And I think we kind of saw that when he kissed her, and he was like, I haven't been real up until now. And then it was like,
yeah, that was a little bit confusing though too. Does that mean that he wasn't being genuine like leading up to that point?
I think he was more not putting his full self forward.
Okay.
Like he was being more like holding yourself back a little bit because he didn't want to get too invested in Bee because he wasn't into Bee as much, or Ellie, and he wanted to be with Lauren. So when he's finally there, he's like, okay, I can go head dive into this now because like this is what I want.
I mean, compared to the other kisses that were like so cringy and horrible, like theirs was pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's a little bit weird though that he is younger than him? Because I know some people are like, age doesn't matter at all. She seems to have a lot more experience, and she's been married before and she's older. So
I think it'd be interesting to see his maturity level. I feel like we haven't really seen that with like a good in-depth discussion.
Yeah.
And he kind of alluded to it a little bit when he like met the sister, like what did he say, like the future sister-in-law. So like, I mean,
we heard you.
He's having like the deeper thoughts about it, and so I think that could be something that needs to be compared.
I don't know what to think about Austin, because like I was rooting for you, and then I hated you for like 2 weeks. And now I'm like, I don't know what to do with you, so.
The drawing was cute though, that he gave her
oh my gosh,
caricature.
that was adorable.
I thought that was like a very sweet kind of like, this is something I love and appreciate, and I want to share that with you. And it like it took time and effort to make. It wasn't just like a gift you could buy.
Yeah.
And so I think that
not trying to buy her off like Mikey.
You know, that's not always a bad thing, Mikey. We feel you. Okay.
I'm so heartbroken over Mikey. Let's just get right into Mikey. Seriously, I just felt so bad. Like, I felt for him because he, like, we've seen for several episodes now, he's so into Ellie. Like, so into her. And she was just never that reciprocal. Like, at the beach, or the pool party, he was talking about how he felt like it was very one-sided.
I mean, what can you do, though? Because, like, you can't force someone to like you. You can't manipulate those feelings, and if like you have them but they're not there for the other person, isn't it better to like know that and move forward and try to find someone with that?
Yeah, there was parts of me that were like, well, he probably could have taken the hint. I mean, he could probably see, I mean, Ellie did seem more reserved like in the dating situation anyway, but I don't know. I feel like he could probably have kind of
picked it up.
Like, exactly.
I mean, at least now he knows. Like, he did kind of shoot a shot and, like, put it out there. Like, I could see us being serious and having an actual relationship. And then she's like, nah. Like, it's not like he was let go and then was like, oh, I should have asked her that.
Exactly.
Like, what if I had said something more? Would she have wanted me to say that?
Yes, so good for you for putting yourself out there. Like, that is not an easy conversation to have. It's just hard because I feel like Mikey is a great guy, but just because someone's a great guy and a great girl doesn't mean that they're compatible. So I hope he doesn't give up. I'm sure he'll find someone who's so perfect for him and will treat him the way that he treats them.
So by doing it now, she's like doing him a favor because he's less invested now. Whereas if he would have made it to the final 2
and then been cut,
it would have been way harder.
No, I totally agree. Because at first when it happened, I'm like, she's just gonna have to freaking flip a coin to get rid of Josue or Mikey. Like, it's gonna be, because she obviously likes Scott. But I do think that she took that into consideration and she wanted to let go of Mikey sooner. It was sad because he said he was surprised when he was going home. I mean, I was surprised too, just because he always treated her so well compared to friggin' Josue. I don't like Josue. It doesn't seem like they're into each other.
I did kind of notice that on like their zipline date. Like, it was very just short.
Like
more.
the side hugs. And
Yeah.
Oh, so
there was no
awkward.
like physical chemistry or anything like that. It was just kind of awkward.
It seemed very like junior high relationship.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Dan. So we
Oh
were all
my God.
devastated to see Dan go because he's the funniest. Like,
He just is so genuine.
Yes.
Like, he just brings the realness to the show that I appreciate and just cuts through all the fake.
the
He would be
funniest
really
thing
good.
about this episode was like cut from like Keaton and Bee like having their cute
Oh
moment.
my
Cut to
God.
Dan's. Yeah, I got the runs really bad. I passed out on the toilet. We're like, what are you talking about?
I can't.
And I think at that point he knew he was going home. He wasn't trying to like pull a move on B.
Yeah.
And so she'd already been on a one-on date with Keaton, but she picked him over Dan, who she hadn't been on a one-on-one date with. I feel like they were just friends. Like that is just all
Which
there
is
is
fine.
to it.
Like, I mean, that could be a really nice thing is they built a friendship and a bond out of this. I also really appreciated how he didn't try to make up an excuse for like why he was not picked. Like, he was just like, you know, we're friends, we're good. I'm content with what's happened.
Absolutely.
Like, he wasn't like, I didn't get to spend enough time with her. Or, you know, the other guys kept stealing her away. Like, he was just like, it is what it is. It's how it happened. And I think that's really mature.
He had nothing bad to say about any of the guys or
Yeah.
B. He's like excited genuinely for B. Going
You're just
on
a really
with
lovely
the other
person.
guys.
You're just a good, lovely person.
So Caleb, I don't know. In the pool party, I totally understand not being a party person. Like, he's just a very chill personality, which we respect. Like, there are so many big personalities on that show, so I like that
Especially
he's not...
when they're all competing like that too for the attention, and it becomes this whole like built up of displays of masculinity is what my family calls it.
The whole first 10 minutes of the episode was
flexing.
Yeah.
I thought
who looks better shirtless.
Yeah, I feel like the episodes, I was like, we didn't need all the weird flexing shirtless stuff, and we didn't need the kiss count.
Yes.
I was like, what's the point of this?
It was unnecessary. I mean, I feel like I get it because they're trying to make it more Provo and more drama, but it was just weird. But with Caleb at the party, obviously he wasn't as like out there, which props for him for not feeling like he has to be someone else. I really like how he was true to himself. He went on the one-on-one date with Lauren on the boat, and it seemed like they were having a really good time. Like, they looked really cute, had some good, deeper conversations, but he just seemed off. Like, I don't know, he just seemed kind of sad throughout the whole episode. And I know he's like more chill, like he's very, very chill, but I don't know if he knew at that point that it just wasn't, they weren't vibing. Or what?
And I also think too, like, you can't so much stalk by camera because people get freeze up in front of the camera.
Absolutely.
Or like they don't want to share, especially with like a show that's broadcasted like this and is very location popular. That like I can understand being more reserved about it just because like the ramifications afterwards.
Something that we saw on Lauren's Instagram story that I thought was really interesting. We got some tea behind the scenes. If you're not following all the girls on Instagram, you totally should, because a lot of them post like behind the scenes like special info. But so on Lauren's Instagram, she did a photo contest and a lot of people voted for her. So she said, if I get this many votes, I'll do spoilers for Promo's Most Eligible, and she'll walk around in public in a unibrow. So she did it, and it was so funny. But so basically in this video, we'll just play it.
Spoilers for you for tonight's episode. First of all, I kissed someone tonight, so tune in for that. And also, something interesting is the guy that goes home actually was the one that asked to go home. So I'll share more about that after the episode.
Apparently, Caleb asked to go home.
We didn't see that. Where was that footage?
Honestly.
I know. I feel like we need like deleted scenes. Be like, what was that?
I feel like they made this date this whole big build up and like, oh, we're starting to feel the romance. She's like, I feel like a Disney princess.
That was left out. We did not know that Caleb asked to leave the show. I mean, it seemed like at the end he wasn't too surprised and he knew that Lauren was clicking more with the other guys.
I also think that was mature of him too, to recognize like she's vibing better with these people, so I'm gonna step back and let her have that and not just try to fight for a position simply to be on the show or in her life, but recognize that. Yeah. Kudos to you.
I'm mad
Being
respect,
mature.
Caleb Walker. So
I mean, if you want, like, it's whatever.
it just seemed like, this is just an observation we had, and I do want to note that Bee on her last like Instagram story, she talked about how there's so much more that people don't see, and there's a lot that goes on when the cameras aren't rolling, and she said at that point she was really into Walker. Like, they had a really good relationship. She said she always felt butterflies, and she really genuinely liked him. But it seemed like to us, at least watching this, that Walker was really in it for the competition. He likes the chase.
Yeah.
He really he likes the challenge. I mean, I don't think he didn't like Bee. Like you can tell, like there are moments where he is really genuine and you can tell he does have feelings for her, but I wonder how that relationship would blossom naturally, not in this staged environment.
Yeah. I don't know. I was a little, not frustrated, just kind of when he kept being upset that she was getting along well with Keaton.
Yeah.
To me, like if you care about someone, you want them to be happy. Like their happiness is important.
Like
to
how
you.
Dan left the show.
Yeah. And so for him to be all upset and having to like comfort him and be like, I'm sorry, I don't want you to be here if you're miserable. Like no, like you're here for her on this show for her. Like don't make it about you. I just kind of got that vibe a little bit. And again, I don't know because there's things that go on behind the camera. Like you said, their relationship could have built up more, but I just wish that he would have had more trust in Bee and respect to be like, I understand that you're trying to develop kind of a couple relationships and see what you fit best with, and I'm just going to focus on us rather than like the competition and the guys in the other lane. And
you're on a dating show, like that's kind of how it goes. Like
you knew
I
what you
mean,
were
it's
saying.
hard, but you kind of already knew. You know what I'm saying? So
it's what you signed up for,
but you didn't know exactly how you would handle it and how it would feel for you. So I get that. And I feel like Walker did have a good moment. I really liked his date with Bee. It was just chill, like, and they were just kind of talking about what they're afraid of, and he even said, he's like, I didn't try to pull anything. So I feel like that was good, that it was just like a real chill conversation. So I don't know, I feel like sometimes like there are moments where I'm like, Walker, yes, like he seems genuine, but then there are other times where it just kind of comes across as fake and that he's just there for the competition. He wants to chase and he wants to win. I mean, there's so much that we don't see, and she just seems so smitten by Walker. But I feel like you can't ignore the red flags. Like, there are just some things he says, like when he was talking about how many girls he's kissed.
It's funny that all the guys think I've kissed the most girls. I guess that's a compliment. I mean, like, it takes work to kiss a girl. It's a process, so I guess they think I'm good at the process.
Not a compliment.
I don't know, there is things sometimes that he says and does, and I'm like, that's a red flag. He seems like a player. He seems like he's just gonna win her heart and then leave and then go look for his next challenge. I don't know, maybe he is actually looking for something serious, but only time will tell. We'll see what happens. I guess we can just contrast that with Keaton. He's just so funny.
Yeah.
And I really like him and Bee together. I just think they're so cute.
They're darling. They're so darling. The little like snuggle that they did with the Netflix, like the way she just leaned up against him and was like, here's the popcorn, and like it was just cute.
So
and it looked
cute.
like it was like an actual relationship, like it's something they would do on a Friday night. Is just sit down and watch a movie and have popcorn and kind of chat, you know. And I really liked that he was like, this is what we both needed, was some just relaxing time, like push the cameras out, just us chilling for a minute. Like they're comfortable enough where they can have downtime, but they can also like be super energetic together and just like hype each other up and have so much fun.
I love that she picked him for the one-on-one date.
They're so
we already talked about how she didn't pick Dan, she picked Keaton. It was the second one-on-one date that they went on, and I like that they had that conversation about previous relationships. I like that they were honest enough to open up about that. And one of my favorite moments was actually a little bit awkward because it was Keaton just saying, hey, like I just want you to know I really like you and I want to see where things go. I'm excited, because you could tell with Keaton that wasn't like a natural thing for him. Like I don't think he's just a guy to go out and say that. So the fact that he was open and honest and was brave enough to say that to Bee and in front of all the cameras, you can tell he's really invested, and I just love them together.
It's like stepping back too. Like we talked about like the whole thing with the Walker, how he like needs her attention so much. But then there's a good balance with Keaton where he's like, okay, like when I have you and you're mine. But then when I don't have you and you're someone else's, like I will let you take your time, do what you need to do and everything.
Again, it's that valuing the happiness of the person.
Exactly.
You care about them and you want them to find that, even if it's not with you.
But we obviously all like Keaton better, but who do we genuinely think that Bee is more interested in?
I don't...
This episode's like a toss-up, but like from the last episode, I was definitely thinking she was more into Walker. So
I thought their boxing date was so cute though. Like the way they were play fighting and Bee was just going like so hard
Bee was
with it.
killing it.
I loved that so much.
No,
Yeah.
so we'll see. I mean, I feel like, I don't know if this means anything, but I noticed that usually when they call up guys for like being on their team and choosing them, they call them up. It seemed like in the order of who they liked the best. And it's always been like Walker, I think, getting called first. And he got called first, even in this episode where she had that really good connection with Keaton. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It still seems like Walker might have the upper hand, but we still don't know what could happen. They're final two now. We know they get 2 weeks with the final two guys, so we'll see how it plays out.
Oh, I'm nervous.
I'm nervous.
I am too. Let's talk about Jake. So Jake and Lauren. He didn't get as much screen time this episode, but I feel like part of that is because he already has such a solid like foundation with Lauren. Like it was never in question of if she was gonna pick him or if she liked Jake. Like it's been pretty clear.
I gotta commend you for your confidence. Like when she was talking to Jake, Jake was just like, you know, I'm comfortable where we're at. Like I think we're doing great. Like this is what I think. He's like, obviously for you, like I don't know where you're at, but like for me, I feel like this is great and this is like where I want to be.
Which is so good. He's so just focused on him and her and not worried about the other guy. It just seemed like he was so into her, and I'm still just worried that I don't want Jake to get hurt, because like as good as it is that he's just focused on their relationship, he needs to remember that Lauren is talking to other guys too, and I feel like if he doesn't get picked in the end, like if Lauren picks Austin, he will be devastated. Because you think Lauren would pick?
What do we think though? That's another thing. Let's go into that. Like who do we think Lauren's gonna pick for the final one?
Because I feel like her relationship with Austin is building pretty quickly.
I think so too.
And like they're getting along really well. And but then Jake's been there before.
I filmed with Lauren prior to filming this video. It's not out yet, but it's coming out soon. But I know that she spent a lot of time hanging out with those two guys in particular off camera. So I think that'll be interesting to see how that plays in too, because I know she's been hanging out with them, so there's stuff we're not seeing, right? So they both seem like they could work out.
They both complement her well in different aspects. Right now it feels very even to me.
So
good luck to the both of you, I guess. Oh, that's gonna be so hard.
Freaking Hunger Games.
Oh goodness.
The last guy that we have to talk about is Scott, and okay, I really liked Scott's conversation with Eliie. I feel like that was one of the only times that they've really both opened up, it seems like. And Eliie said, yes, I will get married if it's the right person at the right time. And Scott said, I don't want to just win this show to win it. I really could see a relationship with you blossom outside of this.
Which I think is critical, because it's like talking about beyond the show, like what's going to happen afterwards.
Exactly.
You know, because you could win it and then just be like, okay, now we're going to go our way. And the fact that he's like, no, I'm really committed to this. And I feel like Scott has been committed from day one.
Yeah, I think
like,
so
he
too.
has just been kind of head over heels with Eliie, and it's just like, she's the one I'm focusing on.
And we literally called it. I will insert the clip from our very first video. We called it.
Seems like the guy next door, and I could see him with Eliie.
Okay,
Who's the young one. I feel like they would be really cute together.
We know it's gonna be Scott over Josue. Josue does not even like her. She does not even like Josue. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's still there.
He's just there because she had to pick one. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. She just did that to save Mikey a little bit. But
and yeah, I can't wait to see the wedding announcement between her and Scott here pretty soon.
Ooh.
I can't wait. Let us know what you guys think too. Let us know if you agree or disagree with any of our predictions or analysis. Because I know we all have different perspectives. We see things different. So we can't wait to hear from you what you think in the comments below. If you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see our videos every single week about Provo's Most Eligible. Thank you again to Hunter and Meg. We love having them on. I could not do this without them. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
bye.
Bye.